If you've ever lived in Mitchell for any stretch of time, you've probably been to Main Street. It's regarded as the heart of the city, the home of the Corn Palace, the Depot, and First Fridays. However, in some ways, Main Street's best days are in the past, marked by steadily dropping foot traffic and empty storefronts on the historic street. Richard Anderson, a longtime Mitchell resident and the owner of Cherubies, a local flower shop on Main Street, says he's noticed.
I mean, it was fairly booming back then. That's before you had your big department stores and places online shopping.
Changing that reality has become the job of Mitchell Main Street and Beyond, a nonprofit organization in the city looking to revive the area and develop the local economy. Ashley Enders, the director of the organization, said the nonprofit staff and local business partners have an overarching vision to bring Main Street back.
Make downtown walkable, more inviting, somewhere to come and enjoy dining, shopping, and just entertainment.
Established in 1879, Mitchell's location in the middle of two railroads made it both an ag and retail destination in the eastern parts of South Dakota. 13 years later, Mitchell earned its most famous attraction with the construction of the Corn Palace, establishing the center of the city of 2 decades before Main Street was even paved.
You know, the Corn Palace, I mean, it's the Mitchell Kernels. The reason they're the Mitchell Kernels is because of the Corn Palace in Mitchell. And so it has a major impact on our community. You know, I take that as a serious responsibility to draw people here.
That's Doug Greenway, the director of the Corn Palace, which brings approximately 500,000 people into Mitchell each year, many of whom stay and spend on Main Street. However, even the Corn Palace is not immune to changing trends around the country, as Doug says recent attendance has been closing to 450,000 per year.
You know, Main Street's struggle across the country. I'll be very honest with you, I think younger people in general know it's very convenient just to go online and order, have things delivered, pull into a big box store off the main highway. They're not really into, let's go into a quick shop and look around. And that's what Main Street businesses are.
In a nutshell, the impulse for shoppers to go straight from I-90 to Walmart or Cabela's is what business owners and economic development officials are fighting against to keep Main Street afloat. At Hello Beautiful 605, a boutique clothing store in Mitchell run by Marissa Lee. The difference in the foot traffic between her off the interstate location and seasonal store on Main Street became so great that she decided to move out of Main Street.
Sometimes I will get people who are staying at the hotel, or people who are going to Quiznos and are curious. Oh, well, what's that? I didn't know that was there. I still get people to this day that say, how long have you been open? I had no idea that you were here. Lots of people from out of town. It's helpful that the interstate is right next to me.
One issue Marissa pointed to was the inconsistency of summer foot traffic. In 2021, she saw significant crowds coming to her Main Street location during First Fridays and other summer events. 2022, she says, was a lot slower.
If a comeback is in the cards for Main Street, businesses and organizers say it will come from improving events like First Fridays that attract and entertain visitors in downtown. Elizabeth Lusak, the events manager at Main Street and Beyond, said the First Friday event has plenty of room to grow since only a few years ago a smaller version of the event took place on Thursdays.
This is a very welcoming feel. So we got live bands from the area playing on Friday nights. Vendors from the area. We're doing some interesting educational pieces this year.
If money weren't an issue, Doug says it would be full steam ahead on a Corn Palace renovation project that could cost above $50 million. Under the same circumstances, Elizabeth and Ashley from Main Street and Beyond say they may construct a parking garage to increase possible visitors and further develop seasonal events. But back in the reality of always stretched funding, Doug says he could see some small changes having large ripple effects.
Or if you have apartment buildings or a small hotel, so filling some of these empty buildings and vacant lots would be my goal.
Us as a whole can come together to help continue to build and grow Mitchell. Main Street is struggling. We're lacking foot traffic, vacant lots, and the desire for change in Mitchell. Main Street is not the only place needing improvements. Other places struggling include the Lake Project and the bond for building new facilities for the school.
The change is us.